Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vintology by Lola. Thanks for stopping by again. I always appreciate it. I wasn't here last week with my tutorials. Shame on me. But today we are going to do the charm dangle that I showed. Let me move this. I thought it would be nice to look at that. Oh my gosh, guys. This is the cutest thing. You need to go over to Johnny at Junk Journal Shop. She makes these. Is this not the cutest thing for all of us who are scrapbookers? And it's a mouse pad. But I thought it would be good for when I do my signatures, when I need to stick the needle through when I'm sewing. I thought this would be perfect. But it's so cute. I just wanted to show you. Okay, that is that. So here's what we're doing today. I don't think we're going to finish one. I think I'm just going to show you how to do it, or how I do it, because this is not my idea. This is all over Pinterest. It's all over. This is just the way I did it. That's what I'm going to show you today. I'm sure that there are a lot of other ways to do it. And I don't feel like I'm teaching you. I feel like I'm just showing you one technique that maybe you can add to your crafty toolbox, or something that you can implement instead of doing all of the wire and the wire wrapping and everything with the charms. This just makes it go a lot faster, because I think it took me I think the hardest thing was probably picking out the pieces, but maybe from start to finish, maybe 45 minutes, which is great when you're going to do a charm, right? Okay, so here it is. Here, in case you forgot, here's all the pieces and everything. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Okay, great. Hopefully the sun's not too bad, you guys. It's gorgeous here in Minnesota. It's going to get to 50 again today in February, which is just unheard of. So anyway, back on track here. Focus. So here it is. Here is the charm. Now, I put mine on a key ring. You can put yours on a big jump ring. But remember, it's going to be holding a lot of weight. Or at least mine's holding a lot of weight. I guess if you choose to do plastic, it won't be as bad. But this at least ensures that if someone wants to take it off, they can. I know I have some of the chunky charms that people have bought me. I have actually on hooks around my little craft area. And I just don't want to see someone go through all the work and then have the jump ring open and have pieces come off. So that is why I am using a clasp. Okay. I'm going to use a heart one today. Okay. So that's one of the things you're going to need. It's a large jump ring, or something else that you can put it on. You can put it on, obviously you can put it on a smaller clasp. I like the bigger clasps. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. So first thing you need is a clasp. Now, I use waxed cotton cord. Now, I don't know if Hobby Lobby sells this anymore, because this is what I got them for, which is kind of what made me decide to make them, was when I saw them for 37 cents, and these are brown. It's wax cotton cord, and they're 1 millimeter, and this is 25 yards, which will last you forever, right? I don't even know if I'll ever go through this in my whole life. My kids will be cleaning it out when I'm dead. So anyway, so this is what I got. 1 millimeter seems to work really well to go through most of my charms and beads, okay? And that was brown, and here it's clear. And the wax on it, you guys, it's not like it is for the stuff that we use for the coated wax cord that we use for when we do our signatures, because I feel like that has more wax in it. This doesn't have that feeling. It's really nice. And I don't know if it's because it's cotton or what. The other thing that you could try, which I haven't tried yet, but I would think that it would work really, really well, would be DMC floss. And I would use the whole 6 strands. I would not use just, how for cross stitch you tear it apart. I would use the whole thing. But it's nice and smooth, and it is about the same diameter around. It doesn't have the girth that this one does, but I think this would work great too. So, and then you'll need some scissors. Okay, you might need a wire cutter, unless you're okay with cutting with your scissors, which I sometimes do too. And you might need a needle nose plier. I think this is a needle nose plier. Okay. And only need that for pieces of the jewelry if your jump ring isn't tied. And the other thing that isn't tied, I'm sorry, the jump ring isn't closed. That's what I meant to say. But I'm looking around here, sorry. The other thing that I use is I think I said this before, I use a needle threader, and I will show you how I use it. And this is a really, really old one. But they're very, I don't know if you can see, let's see, maybe if I put it in here, can you see? It is super, super fine, right? But if you have something that has a teeny tiny hole and you really want to put it on your charm, this will help, okay? So let's get going here. Let's move along. That's what you're going to need. Oh, one other thing. You know, guys, this is just so different for me, but we won't go into that. We will just talk about this tutorial. So then, this is what I do. I've got like these things, and I've got like this thing, and I've just got stuff that's pretty that I may not want to use by itself that I'd like to use. That's broken jewelry, broken charms. Some of it's beads, some of it's charms like for scrapbooking and stuff. This is the button. I believe it's off of a shoe, really an old one. And I thought, oh, that would kind of look cute on there. This is just a part of an earring, a Tim Holtz, another charm. This, I don't even know where this came from. It's just so cute. And so I've got the little hole here so I can put a little cha-cha on there, right? So you do whatever works for you. I did this piece. This was another fun piece that was part of a broken bracelet. Okay. And so I just thought that would be fun too. So anything that has either a jump ring on it that you can get it through, or it has something that you can tie it through, or it's just got an opening that you can get the whatever you choose, whether you're using the coated the coated wax cotton, or if you're going to use the DMC, you just need to be able to get it through. Now, the other thing that I had thought about, and I haven't done it yet, but is if you want, for some of the smaller ones, you might be able to use a large needle. If you don't have a threader, you could always use a needle. Now, this eye is obviously not big enough for what I want. You'd have to use a bigger needle. But this might help too. Just another suggestion to make it work so you don't have to run out and buy stuff. You can always make it work, okay? So I'm going to put this away. Okay. I just do it this way because there's no, and put it on a dish or a bowl or something. Oh, and these are old buttons too, because those work really well, the buttons that have shanks on them. So what I start out with is some length of whatever my tying item is, whether it's DMC floss. And I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm just going to say that my cotton, okay? So for this piece, this is a little over 24 inches because you're going to double it. You can do as many or as few of these as you want. When I made this one, I did 6 because I wanted it to have, again, some weight. So I'm just going to take this, and they don't have to be perfect, you guys. That's the beauty of this project. So this one is about the same, and I'm going to cut off a third one. Okay. Hope everybody's doing really, really well today. Hope it's nice where you are. We're having some issue with AT&T and the phones and stuff. So if I go dead or something, let me know. Or you can't let me know. I'll redo this, okay? But yeah, people are having issues with their phones and with internet and stuff. Okay, so then what I do is, and I would love to tell you what this knot is called. I don't know if it's a slip knot. I can't remember. But basically all you do is you send it through the hole after it's been doubled. So I doubled it, and now I have a loop, and I'm going to take my 2 ends and I'm going to send it through the loop. Okay, just like that. Okay, so it looks just like that. You could leave it just like that if you want. You could do 2. You could do it so that you had 8 strands, right? So then I'll do this again to show you. So I doubled it, right? And maybe it's not even, which I'm just totally okay with. And I'm going to send this through. And you can do it either under or over, whatever works for you. There's the hole. Here are the 2 pieces. And I'm going to stick it through. Okay. So I'm just going to do 4 today. But here would be another one, and I'd do the same thing. Okay? So then what I do is I lay all 4 strands out. And if you've ever done macrame, you kind of know what this is all about. So when you macrame, you have your 2 centerpieces and you have this. Well, I do it so that they're all spread out a little bit. Then I start to figure out what I want to do. I usually want to do a key at the top because it's heavier. And then I want to do a bead. And maybe then I'll do something small, like a button. And then let's do a little, that's a button too. Let's see. Let's do this one down here. This is another charm, okay? So all I'm going to do is I have this ribbon on here, and I don't want it on there, so let me just take that off. Okay, so that's what I've decided for that one. So all I'm going to do is I am going to take this up. Now, with my first one, I don't knot. You could knot. So you're just going to tie a knot, okay? So you're just going to take this first one, and you're going to tie a knot, right? Okay, just like that. Because that's where you want it to be. But it won't make any difference because you're going to tie this truly in a knot around the key. So I'm going through the hole of the key. I'm going to make a loop around the key. That's why I said it doesn't really make a difference if you do a knot at the top one, if you're doing something that has a loop. And I'm going to show you the difference between a loop and when you're actually going through a bead, okay? Because it is a little bit different. And so I'm just going to tie it. And if you have the knot there, you kind of have an idea of where you want it to be because everything moves around while you're doing this. Okay, so I have it there. So there, I have it. Now for me, I do it twice. So I'm just going to knot it a second time, right? Okay, just like that. Now, what did I say I wanted? I lost it, didn't I? Okay, we're going to do a bead. So the bead, you actually do want a knot because you don't want it to go up or down. So you want it to stay stationary on your charm. That's why you're putting the knots in, is so it doesn't move. So I'm going to put 2 knots in because I don't know how big my hole is for my bead. And I'm going to go through my bead, and it's big enough, just like that. And now I'm going to tie the knot down here. And how I do it is I hold it flush against the bead, okay, so that it's right there, the knot. You see how I'm doing that? Just like that. Hold it down, and then I'm pulling it. Okay, so I'm pulling it, and I'm pulling it, and I'm pulling it. Okay, now that looks like it's going to hold it. Now, is it going to have a little bit of give? Yes, because I can't do a perfect knot. Maybe you guys can do it so that it's going to be nice and snug. I can't. And so I'm going to take this now that I have one, and I pick up the last, what's left of this. And I'm going to do one more knot. I wouldn't have to because the bead's not moving, which is ultimately what I want. I want it to stay in one place. And so I'm going to do another knot. And it landed right on the knot, right? So there you go. So you have your first 2 pieces. Now this is kind of short, so I would say that you need it a little bit longer than 24 inches. I would probably go 30, okay? Because this one's going to be short. I'm just going to put this cute, okay, and this is going to be the same. Sorry. So I'm going to put this pearl on it. I'm jumping ahead. That's why I'm saying stuff without saying stuff. Or I can do the button. Let's do the button. And this is what my process is like. Do I like this? Well, this is kind of chunky and this is chunky. I need probably something a little bit smaller. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. First, I'm going to do a knot to decide where I want it to be. Okay. Oh, I don't need to. Sorry. Forget that. And see, and that's why these come in great, is you can take this, hold on to it, and you can usually get your knot out. Sorry about that, people. I am totally jumping ahead. Okay. Okay, we're not going to waste our time. I'm just going to leave that there. So I'm going to slide the button up. And like I said, where the knot is, it's kind of nice to know. And again, because I'm right at the end and this is a small piece, I can just knot on my button. Okay, and I'm going to do it twice. Okay. Forgive my nails. I have an appointment this afternoon to get them done. Okay, so that is your first one. Cute. Now you have your second one. Now what I try to do is I lay this out because I don't want them to be all in the exact same place. I want to stagger them. This one I want to, so for the next cord, I want it to be higher up. So to do it higher up, I'm probably going to do something smaller. So here's where we're going to use our threader because I could get it through here, but I want to show you how we use the threader. You have the end. You're going to stick it through the bead, and it's very flexible. So you just stick it through the bead, okay? Like that. Now you take your piece of cord, stick it through the middle of the needle threader. Okay, hold on to that. Okay, and it should just go right in. Of course it's not because we're on camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, and you're just gonna, a little bit, you're just gonna send it through a little bit. You're gonna hold this, and you're gonna hold it, and as you hold it, you pull through, and it threads it. Isn't that slick? I just love these things. So I'm gonna go up higher, okay? I'm gonna go up higher, and I have this whole string that I can use to tie my knot. But because I'm doing it so high, it probably won't be a big deal. So it doesn't need to be perfect for the first one. You just need to make sure that it's gonna stay, okay? Okay, so you see, I have this one now in a different place than where my key is. Okay, so now I'm going to put this one on because I love this pearl. This was clearance at Hobby Lobby with all the cute little colors in it. And this has a jump ring, so I just need to thread it. And when I'm looking here, I probably want it about here because that's in between the key, okay? So we'll put that on there. And I'm gonna put it right about there. And again, because it's got a jump ring, we are totally okay with just tying a knot. We don't have to put a knot above it and below it, okay? Okay, so then when I hold this, see how it's in between now? It's in between the key and the pink ball. All right, now let me find something else that I would like. Okay, so I think I want something kind of chunky. So for this one, you can see I hardly used any of my cord, so I still have a lot to go. But again, I don't want it to land where the pink is. I want it in between the pink bead and the button. So that's going to be right about there. I didn't realize I picked so many things that had jump rings on them for this go around, but it makes it a lot easier for a demonstration. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. This time I'm going to double it because it's a little bit heavier, right? Okay, and so let's see where that goes, see? And that, again, it's below, so I'm okay with that it's not exact. But, again, we're staggering them. Now for this one, I probably want something a little bit smaller. So, I did a rhinestone. Let's do a cha-cha. Okay, let's do a cha-cha piece because that'll look cute dangling off the end. Here's the cha-cha piece I'm going to use. Again, if you have, and this is, if you have something that you can use like this, it makes it a lot easier to find where the, because this looks like something, I'm not sure what that was, but I kind of like the junky look, so I'm just going to use it and go with it. And there it is, I found it. And this one, I don't care where it lands because it's at the end and it's longer than my first piece. So with this one, make sure I'm up in camera, I'm gonna do that. And we're going to knot it once, twice. Okay. And there you have the first 2 pieces of your dangle. Okay. So we're going to go on and we're going to do the exact same thing for these 2. Okay. And now at this point, it's just, what do I want? Okay. So let's try the needle threader again. If I can find it. There she is. I have this really cute disco ball, and I'm going to put it in here. My needle threader again goes through there. Now it's not, I don't have much of an opening, so I'm going to have to probably really work it in there to get it through. Okay. There we, oh, nope, thought I had it. Okay, so I'm going to do this, which I usually don't, but because we're on camera, I want it to be a little bit wider. And where's, I don't know what I did with my needle. I'm trying to get it so it's a little bit wider to get the wax piece through, because I really don't need it. I was just trying to show you guys. One more time. Come on. Okay. We will try it with a different bead, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that end off because now it's frayed. Let me cut that off. Okay. So again, we're going to see. It goes right through it. I was just trying to show you with the threader. Why don't I trust myself? Okay, so this one isn't going to go up as far, right? So, because I want it to be in between, so it can kind of be in line with the key. That's fine. This one, I am going to take it, and I'm going to knot this. And you can still knot it with the bead on it. It's not a big deal. You're just going to stick the whole bead and the cord through for your knot. Of course, had I been smarter, I would have done the knot before. But I wasn't, and I didn't, so I just make it work, right? So up we go for that one. Now here, again, we're going to knot it so that it's as close to the bottom of the bead hole as possible, right? So hopefully that is a good view for you guys. Okay, so there's one, right? We have a little bit of movement, not a lot, and now we're going to do it again. I think it's always easier after you make the first knot, but it might not be for everybody, but it certainly is for me. Okay, so there you go. So then you have that one. Okay, so let's put on something. Oh, let's do something fun. This one's nice and fun, and it's a big whole bubblegum bead. Now, this one, I can't just slide up. I mean, I could, right? I mean, I could, and then I could do the knot. But with the bubblegum bead, it's always easier for me to always do the knot first, because it's a big one. It moves around more. It's just chunky. It's just chunky and hard to work with, okay? So that's why I'm going to do the knot before, which is probably what you should always do. If I'm giving one piece of advice, make the knot before you put the bead on. It's always easier to knot it before. But if you don't, you can do it after. Okay, so then I've got this little one there, and we're going to do a knot at the bottom so it doesn't move again, right? And I'm going to try to slide it down so that it sits on the bead, so the knot is as close to the bead as possible. Ooh, that one I got really close. Look at that one, worked really well. Then we're going to do another knot. Okay. Okay. And so we have that one, and that one is staggered as well. Even though I didn't measure it, it's down lower than this one, and it kind of lines up with this one, which is perfect. So the excuse me. So then I'm going to take and put one more on the bottom here, and since we've got that large chunky one, let's put Oh, let's just do this cute little pearl, okay? And it's got, and I don't know about you guys, but I am totally okay with mismatching my metals. I don't mind doing silver, gold, bronze. I kind of feel like it adds a little bit more to it, more depth and more texture. But you do you. If you like to just do gold or just do silver, then just do that. So here I have this one. And this one isn't really as chunky as my other one. My other one was super chunky. But I remember I had 6 strands. This one I only have 4. Okay, so we've got this one looking pretty good here. That's the first one. And here is the second one. And of course, you can do them closer together. You could do more if you wanted to. So perhaps I will do this one up at the top, and I'm going to do a knot up here. And that one I probably should put something above it and below it, because it's got a pretty, well, I guess it doesn't too bad. Maybe I'll put one of these on. A wide hole. This is a pretty wide hole too. But I do like to layer the beads. So then you can do that. And that knot is right there. And then let's do one underneath. Okay. Now with this one, I'm going to have to make sure I have a really good knot. Okay. Or I can show you something else that's a little bit different. You can take that, and then you can take, let's do this one. This is kind of cute. And you can take this little one and you can tie it on the end. So instead of doing, oh, here, let's see, we can use our threader for this one, right? So we're going to send it through here. Oh, just love it when it's a teaching moment, don't you guys? Okay, so I'm going to put it through there, right? Hold on to it and pull it through. Okay. There we go. Okay. Get rid of that now. And that's all pulled on, right? See? So instead of tying a knot here like I did for all the other beads, I'm going to tie a cha-cha, or that's what I call it, a little cha-cha thing to it, and I'm going to tie that on. Then that will mean that those won't move. And then I've also got a dangle coming off of it. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm going to tie this, right? Tie it in a knot. Okay. I can get it out from underneath here. Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to tie that. There we go. Okay, so this comes down a little bit, which is great. It's not going to come off. But instead of just having it like just tying a knot, we actually have a little dangle off of the bead. Okay, so that's going to add a little bit more to the charm itself. Okay. All right, now let's finish this baby up. All right, do we want something? Oh, let's do a crown. Everyone should have a crown, right? And at this point, I'm just putting stuff on. I'm not even looking where my stuff is because I like that it's staggered. And with this one, it's probably not going to make that much difference where I put them because they're all going to just dangle down, right? But there's something about it that somehow it just kind of ends up being staggered. I know that doesn't make any sense to me either, people. Okay, okay, so I have something on here that's really cool that I think I'm going to put on somewhere. This is just the mechanics of a watch, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for. And I thought this would kind of be cute, so I would tie it on here from the piece that you pull out, and you used to, I'm probably dating myself, but remember when you used to actually wind your watches? That's what that is, the winder. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a knot, or start with the starts of a knot. Okay, starts with the start of a knot. Okay, and then I'm going to put this in right where the winder is. And I'm going to pull. I just thought this would be cute as a charm. Look, there it is. Isn't that cute? I know it's kind of off, a little bit different and off the beaten path, but I really like it. So I'm going to double knot that just because. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, see, I like that. Just kind of different. And let's put on another cha-cha that we have on the bottom. This one has some fringe coming down and a rhinestone. And who doesn't like fringe and a rhinestone? Okay, put that there. I'm going to put that there. Okay. And now you have your dangle charm. Okay, so maybe for me, I would have put, if I weren't doing a demonstration, you guys, I probably would have put something else in between here and here, just because I feel like there's a lot of dead space in this one. And I don't know if I can get anything up there. I wonder if I can get this. I wonder, nope, that probably won't go. I was trying to see if I could get something over. I can't get, it has to be something that will go over your charms so that you can add something onto it. Does that make sense? Like this won't go through it. This will go through it, right? But I can't get it to go over this piece. What about this piece? Will this go over it? Can I get it on there? Nope, see, I can't get that over either. So that would be my only thing is that I'd like it a little bit, for me, I like it a little chunkier. So I might do the other two pieces on this just to finish it off. But here's the deal. Did you make it to the end of the video? Yeah, because it was probably pretty long, sorry. But if you put in your, I don't know, put in whether or not you think you're going to try this or not, and just say yes or no. And if you say, yes, I think I'm going to give this a try. Nope, this is not for me. If you say yes or no, you can just say yes or no. I'll put you in a drawing and I will finish this up and I'll send it to you. How about that? So I'll do a drawing, let's say Sunday. I'll do a drawing on Sunday. And I'm going to put this other piece on and I will add some more charms to it so it won't look the same. And if you say, yes, I'm going to try it, or no, I'm going to try it, you have a chance to win it. Okay. So I appreciate you staying for this video. If you're new, thank you for coming by and subbing or even stopping by and watching the video. If you're old, I appreciate, not old, you know what I mean. You've been around for a while. You've hung with me. I really appreciate it. Next week, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of looking towards making, I don't know if anyone has done these. I haven't done them in a long, long time. I was thinking about doing these. These are fringe or I call them pom-pom fringe flowers, because you actually make it just like you make a pom-pom, and you cut it and you put some sort of button in the middle. There's nothing to them, but I love the way they look. So I was thinking about doing that, or I had thought about doing, what was the other thing I had thought about doing? Oh, I can't remember. That's okay. It'll be a surprise, right? I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine, hopefully, wherever you are. Thanks. Bye.